Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight. My name is Jasmine and tonight we're going to be talking about the new moon and how that will affect you for the next 2 weeks. So the new moon just passed here on the 20th of July. It was in the sign of Cancer, the second new moon to be in the sign of Cancer. It's in the later degrees. The first one was in the earlier degrees of Cancer, but this is the one that we get without an eclipse, which is great. So it's not going to be as intense, but still very transformative. So this new moon in Cancer, huge, majorly emotionally triggering. Whether you think you have emotions or not, you're going to see them. And one of the bigger messages that are going to be coming through here is going to be find comfort in not knowing the outcome. And that's easier said than done, but we're all doing our best out here. Find comfort in not knowing the outcome. Also, Cancer itself, the sign, which is the sign that the new moon was in on the 20th, is about family, emotional healing, alone time, home, moving, maternal figures. So those are all things that could be coming into light right now. Like I said, the new moon is happening for each sign in a different house. So with that said, I did want to give you guys a personal download that I got separate from the actual meaning of the new moon. I personally feel a huge pull towards sobriety and clear-headedness. I feel like we're really making sure that our rose-colored glasses don't just come off but stay off, while we pick up our magnifying glass to look at the places in our lives where we have placed a band-aid on a cut that needed to be stitched up. So when thinking about this, you also want to realize that there are going to be some reassessments that happen with all the retrogrades that are going on. Rethinking, reassessing, resorting. Something needs to be sorted out from the past, that we've kind of done something where it's like, oh, I just need to do this to get by. I need to do this to get by. We're not getting by anymore. I feel like there's a lifting of a veil coming up here. So when you do see those things that need to be stitched, you may feel a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit emotional. Try your best to let those emotions release. You want to make sure that your water, which is your emotion, is clean as possible on the inside, okay? It is also very important to remember that you're a spiritual being having a physical experience, not the other way around. So we are still learning how to be human. Give yourself some compassion. Try your best to give compassion to others too, for this is when we need it most. So that's my personal download. So let's go ahead and get into the signs and see where it's happening for you. Hello, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's go ahead and talk about where the new moon's going to be hitting in your sign. So the new moon in Cancer is going to be in your 9th house. Okay, this is the house of I Explore, Expanded Horizons. This house is ruled by Sagittarius. So if you can think of one of the most basic traits of a Sagittarius is loving to travel. They really do have a broadened perspective on the world, almost making it feel like it's smaller than it is, you know, like it's easier to get to a place than what you think. So, wow. Higher education, philosophy, this is publishing, lectures, being inquisitive. There's a deeply rooted wanderlust that lives in this house. So with you, Scorpio, you could be wanting to publish something. You could be maybe on the other hand wanting to travel somewhere, or maybe even both. Maybe you want to travel somewhere to write about it. There's this 9th house energy that's surrounding you, that's making you feel like you're kind of opening up the windows in your mind and letting the fresh air in, almost realizing that there is a feasible way to do things now. It may be easy to overload yourself here because this is like Also law and teachers. So if you guys are going to school right now, or if you're dealing with any sort of things of that nature, or of, you know, if you've got a court case or something along those lines, things are going to be held up a little bit because Saturn in retrograde. So because of that, things are moving a little bit slower. It might take 2 times as long to get something done, but once you do, it's going to have long-lasting effects. So if you are having resistance in studying something else, maybe learning a foreign language, completely changing your perspective on a major topic, that could be happening right now too, Scorpio. So let's go ahead and get into the cards and see what we have for you. First and foremost, we have the 3 of Cups. So rejoice in celebration. There's a celebratory energy happening surrounding a movement that you are doing. 3 is associated with creativity. Let me see here. It is associated with creativity, and I definitely see with the Chariot card, there's a quick movement coming from a celebration that happened, or a celebration that's going to happen. Maybe you're waiting to hear back from someone or something, in regards to travel, or in regards to teaching, lecturing, any sort of intellectual exploration. There's going to be a new development there, and it's going to be worth celebrating there. Next, we see another 3. So first we had 3 here, 3 of Cups, rejoice in celebration. Now we have 3 partnerships and alliances. Okay, so there is a partnership or alliance that's happening here, but to clarify that, we do have the 3 of Swords. So I do want to let you know that we did get 3 threes here, just like Cancer did. So we have rejoice in celebration, partnerships and alliances, and 3 of Swords. This is definitely a message from Spirit saying that if there is a heartbreak that comes from a partnership or an alliance, maybe even to the point where you lose one, you know, you lose someone through it, it's going to be for your benefit here, Scorpio. If somebody needs to go, they just need to go. There's energy that's waiting to fill that spot for you. So if you could just remove it right now, you wouldn't have to wait so long. But there will be some sort of heartbreak shake-up there that's going to happen that will release one person from a trio here. However that applies. So next, here we have, Scorpio, material and spiritual prosperity. Look at that. There is a give and take happening with you right now, Scorpio. This could be with the universe, where you're giving to the universe and it's giving back to you, and you're kind of seeing that that's who's really employing you. That's who you really work for, is the universe. It's not necessarily you know, the company that you're with. You've got a bigger job here, and it looks like you are getting fired up to take that job, to decide that, yes, I will take my position in this universe. I will take my position in this world for what I was meant to be here for. And what you're meant to be here for is I feel already bubbling up inside you. And that's why you're being pushed to take these steps now, Scorpio. Literally. Now, we have changes in, or financial and material changes, okay? Along with the Page of Cups. So, with this material and spiritual prosperity, and 2 pages here, there is definitely a newness coming for you, Scorpio. There definitely is. This is very, very young energy, new energy, like kids, like little munchkins. Oh, I love the babies. Anyway, but yeah, that kind of energy, very new, fresh, fun and exciting. Okay, and that is what is going to be the driving force for you to make financial and material changes. And that's going to roll around for you just the way karma rolls around. You know, all of these things do. Everything moves in a cycle. So you are moving along the cycle. Now here, Scorpio, with this new moon being in your 9th house. Lastly, I have Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Look at that. Seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Seeding the light, planting seeds for them to be watered and shined on from the universe, you know, from God, allowing it to be watered by giving it love and allowing that light to grow. That's what you're here for. You are here to lay the foundations for the first wave of, maybe it's not the first wave, but for another wave of true consciousness. So Scorpio, you're here to do a job. And you're here, you're a part of the divine plan. What's happening here for you. So your job, seeding the light and laying foundations. Wow. That is beautiful, Scorpio. Make sure that you guys check your rising and your moon sign. These are your messages. I love you, and I will see you next video.